What's up, guys, and welcome back. I was gonna ask you if you can hear me, but I do have the microphone hooked up. The better question would be, can you see me? Because I had to put that camera so far to capture the entire 2500 series heavy-duty 2024 Ram truck. Now, this is the Rebel series, so it's more off-roady, it's more tough, it's more rugged. It also has the more expensive 6.7-liter Cummins engine. And today, I'm gonna take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're gonna check it out, see what powers up this thing, take it for a spin, play with the technology, the whole 9 yards. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any videos that are coming out. Now let's get back to this. We're going to take a look at the design of this vehicle first, but I got to ask you a question. If you are looking for a vehicle like this, are you looking because you just want to have a cool truck, or are you looking because you want it for work? Because I've seen so many of them that never towed anything, never really carried anything, and it's bad, but it looks so cool that it would be tempting. Now, it comes at a price. We're going to talk about it in a little bit, but let's take a look and start with the design of it. So first of all, it stands nice and tall. It's also very wide, hence the positioning lights right on top. You also have the radio antenna on top, and if you look at this hood, it has this huge bulge in the middle. Once I open it up, I'll be able to see if this is actually functional or not, but I know that the air exhausts on the side, they are actually functional. 2500 heavy duty series, what does that mean? That this is a heavy duty series, right? It used to be based on the payload, so the 1500 was the half a ton, 3/4 ton for 2500 and 1 ton for 3500. I don't think that's the case anymore, but the payload on this particular one is about 3100 pounds, so that's about 1.5 ton almost. So here you go. That's probably not the right translation right now with the Sirius, but that's where it started off at. Looking at the lights, you have the LED lights and the turn signals right at the bottom. You also have the fog lights that are built into this heavy-duty bumper. Yes, it is metal, so you also have the recovery hooks, serious stuff right here. Big grille with the Ram right in the middle of it, and you have the front view camera. Lots of open spaces, help with cooling of this engine. 2 different engine options are available on the Ram 2500 series. We're going to take a look at the more expensive one. Let's pop this open, see what we have. Whoa, I think I need a ladder or step stool to get up there and see. So first of all, you know, looking at this hood right there, I don't see that this is open. So this front bulge, that just really doesn't serve much purpose as far as the air intake. But this engine right here, this is the 6.7-liter turbo diesel. This is the inline 6-cylinder diesel engine, and this is basically a $10,000 option. 370 horsepower, 850 foot-pounds of torque. On the 3500 series, you can also get the high output one, which, you know, bumps the torque to about 1076 and 410 horsepower, something like this. So the other engine option is what they refer to as BGE, big gasoline engine, which I'm not sure if this is referred to as BDE, big diesel engine, because, you know, the displacement on it is larger than that. But the big gasoline engine is the 6.4-liter Hemi. It's got more horsepower but less torque, and it costs you $10,000 less, so depending on what you want to do. Now, this one is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Once you get the gasoline one, you get the 8-speed automatic transmission, which a lot of people think it's a better option on it. Now, we're going to talk about the towing capacity and the payload capacity on both of the gas and diesel engines once we get to the back of this vehicle. So, and on the side you can see that this is definitely an off-road oriented truck. It has a little bit lifted suspension and has the Bilstein shocks in it in front. Let's see if we can see parts of that suspension right in the back there. Now you have, as far as the wheels and tires, you have the 20-inch wheels with the Goodyear Wrangler tires, the tire size 285/60 by 20, which is basically an equivalent to a 33-inch tires. You have some cladding around the turbo diesel ram on the side. Look at this huge towing mirrors. You have the turn signal right here. It's also the blind spot assist, you know, and there's several different angles to help you with towing. You also have the camera right on the side here. You have the smart entry system on this vehicle, deployable running boards right here. So you open this up, it can help you get in and out of this vehicle. Gas tank in the back, and here in the back you also have the self-leveling suspension option on this particular one. And as you can see, there are no leaves. I'm not sure if you can see that. So this is the multi-link rear suspension, and 6.4 foot bed with the crew cab. This is the only available configuration for the Rebel series. And let's take a look in the back. First of all, you've seen the lights that were lit up for just a second there. They're all LEDs. You have the Ram logo right here. This is also the high wear stuff, so it wears better. Now let's talk about this right here. So the towing capacity. Now, if it's equipped with the gasoline engine, it can tow up to 20,000 pounds, but not on the Rebel. I think on the Rebel it's 16,000 pounds with the gasoline and less than 15,000 pounds with the diesel. So why would you want to buy a diesel engine? Well, some people say it tows better. It feels like it, you know, it pulls better with the diesel. I'm not sure. I'm not a big towing guy, so I wouldn't know. Rebel on one side, Ram in the middle, 4x4 on the other side. Rear view camera, soft open gate. Take a look at this bed. As you can see, it's prepped for this, like the gooseneck towing, and you know, on the side here you have some connections for that as well as you have your regular power outlet, 115 volts and 400 watt. You know, as far as the cab right there on top of it, you can see there's a camera right there. Also there's illumination, and the middle portion slides open. So this is the bed, and let's move on. See on the interior of this truck, as you can see, it sits up really high, so it's really nice to have these deployable running boards right below. You can easily get in and out of this vehicle. Now, as far as the rear door panel, kudos to Ram for actually not cheaping it out and having the nice soft touch materials all over the place. You know, as far as, I'm not sure if this is real leather, I think it is, but you know, nice contrast stitching, some trim pieces over here, this black chrome door handle. You have the window controls, bit of storage underneath here, and tons more storage down below. Also the speaker. We're going to get to the electronic portions next. As far as the seating configuration, 3 people can fit inside of this rear bench seat. You can also make it a 2-passenger configuration with the armrest in the middle with the cup holders. As I mentioned before, the glass slides open. If you want to have more room inside for storage, both of the seats can be, I'm not sure if I have to do it on the other side, can be lifted up, and you know, that way you have more room right here. And if you want to have a flat floor, you can also open this up. Now, in the back right here, both driver and passenger seats will have the seat back pocket, and right in the middle console you have 2 cup holders. You also have 2 cup holders here, so just in case you like to drink a lot while driving, that's where it is here. You have the vents, USB Type-C, USB Type-A ports, and the regular household power outlet. The bump in the middle, it's pretty wide, but it's not really tall, so actually the third person would fit comfortably as well. Now let me see if I can fit behind myself. Well, can I fit? That's not even a question. Look at this, how much room I have in front of my knees. Plenty. I can put them underneath the seat, feel nice and comfortable. Overall, this interior is pretty cool. You also have your speakers up here and the light right in the middle. If you're looking for headroom, you can definitely have probably about 2 inches, so I'm 6 feet tall. The front seat adjusted to my regular driving position. Feel nice, comfortable in here. Also, it's important to mention the pitch of the seat is not bad. It's not as straight up as some of the other pickup trucks. So now let's take a look at in front. All right, so it's a manly truck. Let's hear how the door sounds now. No offense to the lazies, but it is. Boom. All right, let's see what we have in the front door panel right here. So you have a nice soft materials. Again, you have 2 memory seat settings. You have the window mirror lock controls. Same thing, a little bit of storage here, more storage down below. As far as the seats, now let's talk about it a little bit because I didn't have a chance in the back. So all the seats are nicely covered in a leather. Now this is this grainy leather, which I really like, especially on the pickup trucks. Looks really good. You have the Rebel kind of embossed in the middle here, and then you have this contrast tubing right on the side here, as well as the perforation in the middle. I believe those are heated and ventilated. We're going to check that out while on the interior. And you have the power adjustments on both driver and passenger seat. Let's see what's going on to the left of the steering wheel. Now you have your light controls and dimmers, as well as you can turn on that outlet inside of that bed compartment. Parking brake, push this down. This is to release it, and then of course to pop the hood open. Now interestingly, you know, you have the pedal adjustments right here, so you can see the pedals are moving. You know, you can move them in or out. And as far as that steering wheel, you can only adjust the tilt up and down, so it doesn't have the telescoping steering wheel, which, you know, I think for some it would be a nice option. Let's jump inside. Well, as they say, let's get this party started. Let's hit this button. Well, there's no hiding, it's a diesel. It's a new generation diesel, so you don't have to wait for the glow plugs to turn off the icon on the screen like it used to be in the old days. But let's take a look at this interior. I'm very impressed with the way that Ram does the interiors on their pickup trucks, especially on the higher end trims. Now, this is not the most luxurious one. You also have the Longhorn and then the Limited, and, you know, Laramie is, of course, you know, also the more luxurious one. This is more of the rugged and the off-roady one, but definitely feels very plush and comfortable inside. Rebel on the side, you have the top glove box right here that opens up. You also have your regular glove box at the bottom. This is all soft touch material. Even if you take a look right here at this grab handle. You have the contrast stitching on this grab handle itself, so it's nice. Big vents allow a lot of air to circulate through the cabin. It's a big cabin, so it needs to have some nice cooling, right? Harman kardon stereo. You have the speaker right here. You have the power outlet, and you can put stuff here. Now, if you're in Florida, don't do that. It's gonna melt. Ram right over here, big screen. We're gonna get to it in just a bit. And then here is your steering wheel on the larger side, like it should be for the large pickup truck. Ram logo in the middle and a bunch of buttons. Let's see what they do. On the right hand side is easy because you have your cruise control, dynamic cruise control, and this is all that you have here. And on the left hand side, you have the phone pickup and hang up. You also have the buttons to control what's going on in the instrument cluster, and then of course up, down, sideways, okay. That's self-explanatory. In the back, you also have the volume buttons, and on the other side you can switch. On this side you have the volume button, on this side you can switch the different stations here. Well, let's take a look what we have in the instrument cluster. This is really nice design, so you can see, like right now we can change that to different configuration. This is more classic one. Speed in the middle, tachometer on the left hand side, you have the speedometer on the right hand side. You know, this is the DEF, which a lot of people mess around with it, and that's why they blow the black smoke out of those Ram trucks. Don't do that. I mean, it's very annoying, but you know, I know a lot of people do that to get more power out of the truck. So Rebel right here on top, and let's see what other options we have. Well, here's your other, you know, configurations that you can have. So you can put that trip A, and then you can scroll down, see what else is here. Go to the miles per gallon, 15.1. Actually, not too bad considering this vehicle has probably been idling for the most time. And then you have the lane keep assist. Here's your radio stations, and then right here you have, you know, what is it, your pitch and roll back to the normal mode. So this is what you can do as far as customizations here. I really like it. You can actually also, you know, customize it as far as what's going on inside, or you can move those icons back, you know, up, down, and stuff like that. So there's some customization you can do. But moving on to the infotainment system. So it comes standard with the 8.4-inch screen. Obviously, this is bigger. This is the 12-inch screen, and I like this Uconnect 5, which you have on it. Here's your home screen. Basically, gives you navigation right on top. You can basically, increase either this or the bottom screen, whichever one you want. But look at the navigation. Look how it looks like. How bright the display is, and how you can see pretty much everything. So this is awesome. Go back to the home screen. Of course, let's start on the top, so we don't get confused. So right on top, you have the hard buttons right here. This is for your lane keep assist. You can turn that on and off. Traction control and hazard lights. On the left-hand side, you have the temperature, different modes as far as where the air is going to be coming out of, and the fan speed, as well as you can hit the auto button right here to make it all automatic. On the left-hand side, you have similar setup, except you have the temperature control, and then you have the front window defroster, rear window defroster, and then you have the AC and the air circulating button. As far as the hard buttons, and of course the screen is in the middle. Now here you have the volume and tune knob, and the volume knob and power actually, and tune knob is right here. And then mute, screen off, turn that off if you don't like it, screen on. So turn the volume all the way down. The Harman kardon stereo, by the way, sounds really, really good. And this vehicle, and let's see what else we have. So as far as the media, right now, as far as the sources, you have the FM, Sirius XM. I don't see the AM. Yeah, you do have the AM here. As far as the comfort settings, so here's your climate control, temperature. You can slide this up and down. Fan speeds, I'll leave it quite low so you can hear what I'm talking. And heated, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. So yeah, I was right about the heated, ventilated seats. And then the front window defroster, rear window defogger, or vice versa. And let's go back to the navigation. This is your next screen. Phone connection. You can actually connect your phone wirelessly, and you're going to have the wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Vehicle settings. So here's your, first of all, let's start with the cameras right here. All right, so here's how many cameras you have. This is crazy. So you have surround camera, top front, top rear, driver blind spot. Now these are your this is gonna only, I think, turn them on. So surround view camera. Okay, this is for trailering. This is the front view camera. This is the this looks like it's a front view. Yep, that's a front view from the top. This is the rear view camera. This is the bed camera, and you can adjust, you can add cameras to it. Like for example, if you want to have the trailer camera, etc., you can add those too. As far as the trailer, you have the trailer reverse guidelines, and you can put auxiliary camera 1 or 2 here as well. Now as far as the dashboard, you have the off-road pages. Let's see what they do. All right, so you have the vehicle dynamics, you have the transfer case. Right now we're in 2 high. You can, let's see, it's transferred to 4 high right now. Let's see if it's gonna change. Boom, yep, it did. So you can do it in automatic, neutral, axle lock. It's lockable axle. Accessory gauges, as far as the coolant temperature, oil pressure, trans temp, battery voltage, pitch and roll, forward facing camera. This is important if you're doing any type of off-roading here. Let's turn that off and go back to your vehicle settings. Towing and trailers, of course we don't have that here, but there's a lot of information right here, especially as far as that trailer brake, trans temperature, coolant. See, I had my foot on the brake right now and let it go. See, it works. Coolant temperature, oil temperature, again, light check, setup. So the light check is really cool because a lot of times if you're trailering something and you're by yourself, normally you'd have it's helpful to have somebody there to see if your turn signals are working, stuff like this. With the light check, it's going to do it for you, so you can leave the car and the trailer plugged in, and then it's going to kind of do the sequence with the lights, which is pretty cool. Controls, bed lowering mode right now. See, we're dropping it down. Power side step, you can deploy it manual if you'd like to. And then vehicle cameras will go back. They really like their cameras here. Display settings, my goodness, you can adjust pretty much everything. Brightness, profile, voice, navigation. I like this. This is a very robust system. You can control so many things through it. It's very impressive as far as that. So you have the tutorials, off-road pages. You even have Alexa here. Android Auto is turned off right now because I don't have my phone connected. But this is your infotainment system. Again, very impressive, especially for a truck. Now, it comes at a price, so we're going to talk about it in just a little bit, so just hang tight and we're going to get to the pricing. So here's your settings as far as the two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, neutral, hill descent assist, axle lock, and then down here you have the trailer gain right there, and trailer's not connected right now, so alternative trailer height. Right, again, we don't have a trailer connected, but it's going to lift up the bed, so right now I can feel this vehicle going up. Now here's the full exhaust brake on, so this is the exhaust brake. You can turn that on or off. Tow and haul mode, parking sensors off in the rear if you're towing something, definitely don't need them. Parking sensors off in the front if you like to get close to something, and it's probably just gonna get in your way. So as far as the connectivity, you have the USB Type-C, USB Type-A right there here at the bottom with the auxiliary outlet. And then what do we have here? So we have the wireless charging. Is it? Or is it just a place to put your phone? Yeah. Doesn't turn on, so let's see. Maybe like this? Not sure. Okay, how about here? Nope, not there either. All right, let's move this out of the way and let's see, maybe that's going to be some better explanation here. But nope. Well, but if you need to fit a 5-gallon bucket of something, you can probably be close to fitting it in here. This is huge. Tons of storage space. Now you can move this all the way up, and then you have your regular cup holders, little micro towel, and then you have a little bit more storage here and tons more storage if you open that console right here. Now on the console, I don't know if you can see that. Let me show this to you. Here, if you need some conversions, there's a conversion table as far as the angles, dimensions, you know, etc. This is really helpful if you're actually doing some work, or if you just want to open the top portion of it. You can have nicely padded stuff for the more plush stuff. Also USB Type-A port here. Now right here on top, what do we have? Just a regular mirror, and then you have the controls for your sunroof, controls for your rear sliding glass, SOS, light controls, and you can even open the rear gate from here as well. Now manual sunshade for the sunroof. The sunroof is sliding, so you can also tilt it if you'd like to, and close the sunshade. And this is the interior of it. I gotta tell you, I didn't expect that. That's very impressive. Let's take it for a spin. The interior of this vehicle is amazing. It also feels, you know, powerful even without driving it. We're gonna check that out in just a little bit as far as the drive, but let's talk about the pricing, because this is really important. Now this particular one, guys, has an MSRP of, ready? $97,990. So what happens when you look on the Ram's website? It says that the 2500 starts at $46,715. What do you get for that? Well, not a lot as far as the interior, but what that means that if you're starting a business and if you want a pickup truck that's powerful, that can tow, that can haul stuff around, you don't have to spend $100,000. You can spend $50,000 and get the basic one, which, you know, is going to have probably the same or better towing capacity as this, or you can build it up with the different trim levels. And I suggest highly that if you are looking to do certain things with the vehicle, that you contact your Ram dealership and you find the specialist that knows what they're talking about, and you tell them what you need so they can point you in the right direction, because you can have a different configuration on certain model as far as the cab, as far as the bed. This is the only one that the Rebel comes with, the crew cab 6.4-foot bed, but other models come with the longer bed, maybe the mega cab, you know, shorter cab. So depending on what you want. As far as the towing capacity, they can tow to up to 20,000 pounds. Or if you need more, you go with the 3500 series, can tow up to 30,000 pounds, depending on, again, what you want. So I highly suggest that you go to a dealership and check it out, talk to them, let them know what you need. And with this particular one, this is a setup for somebody that, well, wants to be seen, I guess. I mean, that's very capable truck, don't get me wrong. But here's what it has. So it has the towing technology group, 2195, safety group, 1940. Has the fifth wheel gooseneck towing prep group that we saw in the back. Has a level 2 equipment group for $7,800, and that includes all that fancy screens and power seats and all that stuff. Then it has a 6.7 liter inline 6 Cummins turbo diesel engine, which is $9,795. Then we have a power sunroof for $1,195, power deployable running boards for $995, automatic leveling rear air suspension for $1,705, and 20-inch black diamond cut aluminum wheels. Total price $97,990. As far as the warranty, 5-year 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty, 3 years 36,000 miles basic limited warranty, or 5-year 100,000 miles powertrain. We already went through that. Now, it doesn't have the gas mileage on this diesel one. It also says that it's got B rating as far as the greenhouse gas rating, tailpipe only, and the B rating as far as the smog rating, which is not bad, right? I think A is the highest one, so B is not bad. Now, that's of course until you delete all that stuff that you're not supposed to be deleting, and I hope people don't. But in all seriousness, guys, I want to ask a question, because I'm not a huge pickup truck guy. I like them, I appreciate them for what they are, but for me, not having the actual need for it, I'm not very interested in actually getting one. So why would you want to buy a pickup truck? Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I live in Florida, and the raised pickup truck with diesel engine is the vehicle of choice. Let me know, why would you buy a pickup truck like this? And now let's take it for a spin. Well, let's make a circle here to see how tight this turning radius is. And you see the smirk on my face. It's because I know already, right? It's not going to be very tight. Well, let's do it anyways. Hey, for a big truck like this, it's actually not bad. And you sit up higher. You sit up like really high on this, a lot higher than in most of the SUVs, of course. This bulge in front of me, though, I don't know if I like it or not. I mean, I liked it from the outside, but here it's kind of getting in the way of seeing things up front. Yeah, right. So pretty bumpy, actually, going over those bumps. I mean, yeah, it's not the most comfortable thing. I mean, you have the comfortable seats and stuff, but as far as the suspension, leaves quite a bit to be desired here. Here's another bump. Yeah. No, not digging it, really. Some of the pickup trucks, the smaller pickup trucks, I think I've tested the Colorado, which is a lot smaller, like 2 classes smaller than this, but it handled the bumps a lot nicer. The suspension really absorbed it better. Now, I get it why it is the way it is, because this vehicle performs best with the load in the back, and maybe if you're towing something. So the suspension is definitely a lot stiffer than on the regular truck, because it is a heavy duty one. Now on the 1500 series, it's not as aggressive as this, so I mean, maybe that would be a solution, right, if you're looking for one. Let's see. Yeah, I heard that exhaust. Well, if you're in the urban settings, definitely this is a big vehicle, so get used to it before you try to parallel park it somewhere on the street downtown a big city. That's going to be a challenge for sure. Or a parking garage. Navigate through that. But if you have a lot of open spaces, a ranch, a road, hey, this is a pretty good driving truck. Now, here's one other thing to mention too, and this is just me thinking from the perspective of a consumer who really doesn't have a need for it, but maybe has a want for one, and that is the cost of the insurance on one of those trucks. And I read an article recently that the Insurance Institute quoted that they raised prices on the pickup trucks, and it's not because they are more dangerous, or if you are in one, you're more likely to get hurt more. No, this is because of the damage that they can cause to other vehicles if they collide with one. All right, guys, well, let's stop right here and let's do it. Actually, it's not bad for the size of this vehicle. Get it up to 50. Can't really do much more on this side road than here. So here's a few takeaways, you know, from somebody that doesn't need a pickup truck like this. I appreciate it for what it is. I mean, I really do. The size of it, the capabilities of the vehicle, the payload, the tow rating, the engine, the interior amenities, really cool. For somebody that doesn't need a pickup truck, I don't know if I could get used to the drive. Just, you know, it's a really tough riding vehicle. It's the suspension picks up every bit of a imperfection in the road, and it almost feels like a very sporty vehicle without being one. Then the price, of course, you know, everything's gotten a lot more expensive, especially over the last few years. So, you know, it's part of the game, I guess. But at $97,000, at $100,000, I think it's pretty expensive. What do you think? Well, let me know what you think about this vehicle in the comment section below, and I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification, ring bell, so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.